in the season, especially the big ones. Being on maybe the wrong side of, especially the away results against the big teams. But I think the performances have deserved a lot more. And yeah, like I said, got to take the positives from it. Look at what we need to work on. And 15 massive games coming up. Still going to be twists and turns in the league. We know what the championship's like. So we've got to treat every single game like a cup final from the end of the season.
I don't think anyone, Marco, is begrudging the Leeds United players and fans the celebrations at the end. If you got that big a crowd and that much adrenaline and you score in that minute, that's just an inevitable consequence, isn't it?
Well, it's not my cup of tea. It's this new European way of doing things, isn't it? The players from all over the planet, and they all do it a different way. It's not particularly British, is it? It's a little bit too much posturing. You think, oh gosh, do we really need to have the manager walking around the pitch and every corner of the ground? I just find it a bit too much. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a grumpy middle-aged man. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
I definitely am one of those. But whether other people agree with me, I don't know.
I don't know. I get the feeling that Sunderland would have done something very, very similar had it been the other way around and they'd been at home and come from 1-0 down and scored a winner in the 96th minute. I think it would have felt.
I'm thinking back to Middlesbrough, Meander and Isidore going to the Sunderland fans, whipping them up, and I mean I know Middlesbrough fans are all left by that stage. But you can sometimes think, well, will that come back to bite you? I mean, that's the sort of thing. If Sunderland face Middlesbrough, say in the playoffs, will that be something that Middlesbrough use as a? Do you want a repeat of this? Likewise, Sunderland will come. Next time they go to Ellen Road, say, look, remember last time how you felt when that was? Psychologically, it can be used perhaps in the dressing room. It's very difficult to say whether it's right or wrong. It was the moment, wasn't it, at Leeds? For them, it was a huge, massive release for them to win the game when it looked like they weren't going to get, 3 points from the game. And the stadium was bouncing. You've got to give Leeds their due. It was full. The atmosphere was terrific under the lights.
Bouncing until the 75th minute, 75th minute, Nick.
I think the second half when they came out, I think that, you could sense the Leeds fans. I don't think the first half there was anxiety, but I think the way that the fans they did stick with Leeds. I think there was an element of that's because they're top of the table. I think there's a feeling that they're on the way back to the Premier League, so that obviously changes the dynamic as well.
And Sunderland obviously now go from playing a team, like you say, at the top of the table to one that's teetering on the relegation zone.
Another home game against a team at the wrong end of the table. Yeah. We know. Yes, right. Hull City, 21st in the league.
Yeah, and we